Hey, what's good everybody? It's your boy Krypts here. We're back with another video, and today's video we're going to be doing a nice little short one. We're going to be talking about chips and why chips are very important for your account and for your characters to increase their battle power and just overall their power in itself. So let's get right into the video.
My friend.
Alright, so I probably should have done this video a lot more earlier, but I wanted to get other stuff out of the way. I guess a lot of people really didn't focus about this topic too much because everyone was focusing on Aizawa, so people were grinding, supply runs and money and, the story, peacekeeping and all that sort. So a lot of people really did kind of not really think about chips too much. So as you can see, my All Might, who I use mainly, right, because Endeavor got nerfed, so I'm not going to be using Endeavor, and I won't be summoning for Endeavor until I get an explanation, or maybe if he gets reworked or something like that. But for now, I am using All Might at the moment, right? And I have maxed out chips set here. So chips, they're pretty important, I would say. I would consider them more important than support cards right now, because support cards in a way is a little bit pay to win. Support cards, you need to have the right sets, the right this and that, right? And for this All Might one, you do have to summon for it, right? And it's limited as well, so it does cost hero coins there and then. But support cards is something I want to talk about in a separate topic, because support cards is just as important as chips, but right now I do think chips is more important when it comes to increasing your BP. So if you didn't know, for level 4 and up, I assume chips do max out at level 16, and leveling them up is actually fairly difficult. It takes a lot of XP, a lot of chips and all that sort. So leveling up your chip is definitely a grind. You're going to be using a lot of stamina. For me, what I usually do is, obviously I use my chip XP, I use all my 4 stars, and I usually use all my 5-star chips as well, because right now I'm at a point where I'm just grinding 6-star chips and I'm only thinking about 6-star chips. So I use my 5 stars and 4-star chips as XP, because these are really hard to come by, these XP chips, like the proper XP ones, right? You don't really get these. You only get like 1 per like 25 stamina if you think about it. So they are very difficult to have. I really wish that it'd be a lot easier to grind these, but the game is stingy with materials for some reason, and y'all know how it is, right? Now chips, there's a lot of in-depth stuff. So if you guys didn't know, chips do actually have different stats. Let's go to my Bakugo, since I do still have Bakugo chips, if I'm not mistaken. If I can find them, yeah. Let's go to Bakugo. So as you can see, I have other chips, right? As you can see, chips do actually have different extra stats. When it comes to base stats, they're all the same. They're all the same when it comes to the level of the star, but extra stats are actually different. So in a sense, it is kind of like gear sets, in a sense, because you can stat transfer your gear sets like substats. Chips is basically the same thing. There's like these substats, right? So for the one I'm using on my Bakugo, I have crit damage, crit res rate, crit. So basically with these extra stats is what I'm going to be leveling up as soon as I level up my chip. So my crit damage, my res rate, my crit res rate, and my crit itself goes up. And with the second one, it's power, crit damage, damage increase. Because I know in gear sets, some stats that you transfer has better battle power than others. So it really does depend. I'm not really sure what like the top of the list and the bottom of the list is, but usually what I just do is I switch, and if I see my BP go up, that's what I go with, right? Or if it goes down, then that's probably not what I'm going to use, right? So there's that as well. So I'm probably going to be using this one, I guess, because I get more BP. I get 200 more BP. So I guess I'll be using that one. And each chip's level, right, they have sets, right? So you want to make sure you can get the 6-star, because you're going to be at a point where you're going to be using 6 stars. So no point of grinding 4 stars and 5-star chips. So just focus on getting your 6-star chips so that you can get the sets. As you can see, I got 3 sets of 6-star for the Bakugo. So what it does is my crit rate of my Q, burst bullet increases by 30%. So it's a nice little buff to Bakugo. So definitely you doing sets is the same thing as support cards. Using sets definitely will help your character's BP and just the damage in itself. Now when it comes to your extra stats, they get enhanced basically. You get a new extra stats or upgrade already existing extra stats. So if you played Genshin Impact, it's kind of similar to that when it comes to leveling up your chips. It's a little bit similar to that. So basically you can get up to, I think, 4 slots if I'm not mistaken. So usually I think 6 stars will have 3 slots if I'm not mistaken, and then you can have that 4 slot. So it enhances at level 4, 7, 10, 13, and 16. So that's when your extra stats will go up, or you get a new extra stat, which like I said, 4 should be the max. Now that should be everything talking about the in-depth stats. Now grinding chips in itself, it's a little bit, it's a weird one, right? So basically what you want to do is you want to do this last one, the traces in Night City. Obviously it is 31,000 BP, and yes, I know you guys can see my All Might is 31,000 BP, but I did run this with Uraka and Bakugo, Aizawa. You know, I ran it with other characters too, you know, testing it out, and they were at 20k BP, and I still was able to complete it. You might run out of time a little bit, but you should be able to squeeze enough damage to defeat the enemy. So it is a lot of BP, I understand, but if you can, you know, get to the around level 50-ish, right, you'll have characters around level 20, you know, BP 25, 26k, around that. So eventually you will get that BP. You don't have to get exactly 31 or 31k and above, but you know, just a little bit below it is still possible. It's very easy. Just make sure you guys do it manually. You might not be able to do auto it, but if you do it manually, you can do more damage to the boss. Now I've shown you guys how to do the exploit where if you guys see the purple glow, you would leave your, you know, close your app and all that sort. So make sure you guys do that. I still do that sometimes. Sometimes if I'm lazy, I just do the force to keep the 4-star because I can't be asked because I'm kind of lazy to reset my app. But if you really are, like, you know, stingy with your stamina, then make sure you guys close your app if you guys see the purple glow. I'll link the video down below if I remember how to do the exploit, kind of. So make sure you guys do that as well. And as you can see here, there's like this total completion progress. So basically this is a pity system for chips. So not really a pity system. Every time you complete it, you will, you know, go up in percentage, even if you get 6 stars, I'm pretty sure, because if I'm not mistaken, I've gotten 6-star chips and my, you know, progress has gone up. So I guess it's not really a pity system, but in a sense it is, right? So when you get 100, you will get this, you know, this kind of rare, you know, devil looking chip, right? So that's what you're going to be getting, you know, if you complete it 100%. What you do is you go to the shop here, you go to the night off shop. So there's 4-star version of it, there's a 5-star version of it, and there's a 6-star. So basically with the 6-star, you get to choose which character you want. So let's say I want a Endeavor chip. I would purchase it, and I actually do have one right now. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, I would buy it. And you can choose between the 3 sets. As you can see, there's 3 different chips. They're all 3 different. So there's a memory chip, there's a expansion chip, and there's a core chip. So whichever you don't have or you need to fill up, you will get that with the, you know, the coin. So make sure you guys do that. Be kind of smart with it, right? You know, because it does take a while to fill up. So make sure you guys know which character you want to be using for chips, because you don't want to accidentally get a dupe as well. So make sure you gotta check, you know, which one you need. So for example, my Uraka, I need a memory chip. So make sure you guys select memory. Don't be selecting expansion, because, you know, you don't want to get the same chip again. Other than that, there's nothing much I can talk about. I think that should be everything I covered. Hopefully I covered everything. If I didn't cover everything, make sure you guys comment down below. Make sure if I missed anything out, but I'm pretty sure that should be everything. Chips are very important. Definitely when it comes to end game, it will increase your battle power and your overall damage in itself. And, you know, the stats and basic stats and all that sort. So make sure you guys farm your chips. Since Aizawa is over, this is where you should be spending your stamina at the moment. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. It's been 24 hours since the Endeavor release, and the devs still have not, you know, communicated with the community about the, you know, the nerf. So it's still up in the air, and hopefully, you know, we can get some communication, but at the moment there hasn't been any communication, so we don't know what's going to be happening with Endeavor. Be sure to smash that like button down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Really do appreciate support so far. Y'all know the drill. Hit that bell notification, notifies you when we put up a video. That's gonna be it for me. Peace.